Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And today we're going to go into the book of Matthew, the 17th chapter. And after 6 days, Yahweh Shai taketh Peter and James and John his brother, and bringeth them up into an high mountain apart, and was transfigured before them, and his face did shine as the sun, and his raiment was as white as the light. And transfigured meaning he changed his figure, okay? And so he made it appear to where they saw him and Moses and Elijah. And behold, there appeared unto them Moses and Elias, which is Elijah, talking with him. Then answered Peter and said unto Yahweh Shai, Lord, it is good for us to be here. If thou wilt, let us make here 3 tabernacles, one for thee, and one for Moses, and one for Elias. While he yet spake, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them. And behold, a voice out of the cloud, which said, and that cloud was a chariot. And so a voice comes out of it and says, This is my beloved son. So you had Moses that represented the law. You had Yahweh Shai, and you had Elijah, which represented the prophets. And the voice is saying, yes, you have the law, yeah, or at least what they saw. Yes, you have the law. Yes, you have the prophets. But the priority, all right, the one above them all is Yahweh Shai. So that's why the voice said, This is my beloved son, in whom I am well pleased. Hear ye him. And when the disciples heard it, they fell on their face and were sore afraid. And Yahweh Shai came and touched them and said, Arise and be not afraid. And when they had lifted up their eyes, they saw no man save Yahweh Shai only. Because it wasn't actually Elijah and Moses that were there, but it looked like it, because that was a part of the changing of the form that Yahweh Shai did. And as they came down from the mountain, Yahweh Shai charged them. He gave them a command, saying, Tell the vision to no man until the Son of Man be risen from the dead. So until that is fulfilled, where he has gone through what he has to go through, you better be tight-lipped. Don't tell anybody about this. So the reason we know about it now is because, well, this information was given post the rising again of Yahweh Shai from the grave. And his disciples asked him, saying, Why then say the scribes that Elias must first come? So if you're the Messiah and you're already here, then why did they say that Elijah has to come before? And Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, Elias truly shall first come and restore all things. So he does indeed have to come and prepare everything. But I say unto you that Elias, which is Elijah, is already come, and they knew him not. So they're saying it because they didn't even realize that Elijah had already come. But have done unto him whatsoever they listed, because they didn't realize that that was John the Baptist, and they basically, didn't believe in him. Majority of as it says, the scribes, right? They didn't believe in him, so they just treated him, however, without realizing that was Elijah that was for to come. Likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer of them. They're going to treat him the same way. Then the disciples understood that he spake unto them of John the Baptist. And when they were come to the multitude, there came to him a certain man, kneeling down to him and saying, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is a lunatic. And when you go into that word lunatic, it goes into, I think it said epileptic, right? To be moonstruck or lunatic, to be epileptic. Epilepsy being supposed to return and increase with the increase of the moon. So basically he would often, get those seizures, right? And those, convulsions. But as it says here, and sore vexed, for oftentimes he falleth into the fire and oftentimes into the water, right? Because apparently it's like, you sort of just black out, and your body, you mentally are not there, right? Like when you open your eyes again, you're now in the aftermath of it. And so you're not really in control. And it can be dangerous, because if you're, say, holding something dangerous, or you're in a dangerous place, and then you just catch that attack, you can fall, you can hit your head, you can, really get hurt. And by the time you come to, you already have these injuries. And I brought him. So basically he was saying, look, there'll be times when he would catch this seizure, this attack, and he would fall into a place with, burns or fire, or, into somewhere with water, and it's bad, right? Because if nobody's around, this can be fatal. And I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not cure him. Then Yahushua answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. And Yahushua rebuked the devil. So we're going to show you that was a demon that was on his child that was causing that. And he departed out of him, and the child was cured from that very hour. Then came the disciples to Yahushua apart and said, why could not we cast him out? And Yahushua said unto them, because of your unbelief. For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of a mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. See, so if you have faith as a seed, the grain of a mustard seed, you'll be able to do these great things and then more. But your faith wasn't enough. You had some specks of unbelief in there, and that's why you weren't able to confidently cast out that demon. Howbeit, this kind goeth not out but by prayer and fasting. So you got to pray and fast to strengthen your spirit, okay? To dissipate your disbelief, but also to give you that actual spiritual strength to be able to cast out such demons. And while they abode in Galilee, Yahushua said unto them, the Son of Man shall be betrayed into the hands of men, and they shall kill him, and the third day he shall be raised again. And they were exceeding sorry, because they're like, he's basically foretelling them that he's going to die. And that was something that was sorrowful to them, right? That's not something pleasant to hear, especially being betrayed. And when they were come to Capernaum, they that received tribute money came to Peter and said, and when you go into that tribute money, is dealing with the temple tax. And so they came to Peter and said, doth not your master pay tribute? He saith, yes. And when he was come into the house, Yahushua prevented him, saying, what thinkest thou, Simon? So before Peter was even able to say anything, Yahushua asked him, what do you think? Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute? Of their own children or of strangers? Peter saith unto him, and I'll actually read this in the NLT as well. It says here, just getting to the point, what do you think, Peter? Do kings tax their own people or the people they have conquered? Peter saith unto him, of strangers. Yahushua saith unto him, then are the children free. Notwithstanding, lest we should offend them, go thou to the sea and cast an hook. So basically what he was saying is, well, if kings don't tax their own people, right, but those they have conquered, and the Most High is king, right, and the temple is his house, then really the children would be free, right, well, really should be free of that tax. But as he says, not to offend them, and cause them to be cause any dissension, just go ahead and do it anyway. And this was why even the Apostle Paul mentioned that these things are a shadow of things to come, because there were a lot of things that, some were in the law, right, and they were being done, but the true meaning or significance behind it was going over their head. And that's why some of the things that Yahushua would teach and go into and explain was deeper than just keeping the laws physically. Notwithstanding, lest we should offend them, go thou to the sea and cast an hook and take up the fish that first cometh up. And when thou hast opened his mouth, thou shalt find a piece of money. That take and give unto them for me and thee. And that brings us to the end of the book of Matthew, the 17th chapter. Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash. And until next time, Shalom.